So, hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Sneha Anto. So, today, being my first video in this Education Plus, we are going to talk about the different colors and the types of the blood. Okay, so this video has been split up into two parts. It's mainly because of the time constraint. Okay, so in the first part, we'll be discussing about the different colors of the blood. Okay, before moving forward, so give a guess what how many colors are there for the blood. Of course, red is one of the color in that, but humans are not only the organism which survives in this world, right? So there are different organisms which is there, and according to the organisms, the color of the blood also differs. Okay, moving forward. So how many of them have seen cockroaches? Yes. So at least 50 or 60 of them would have killed cockroaches, would have smashed, and you would have seen a white color liquid which is oozing from it. Yes. So what is the that? That is nothing but a blood of a cockroach. So cockroaches have white blood. Why? What is the reason behind it? It doesn't have a hemoglobin or it doesn't have a respiratory pigment which gives a color for the blood. Okay, so the main compound over there which is called as blood is the hemoglobin. Okay, so just keep that in your mind because here we'll be looking into the different colors, and the colors here is being responsible, respiratory pigment is responsible for giving the different colors for the different organisms, but the respiratory pigment for the cockroaches are absent, so that is why it is white color. Okay, moving forward. Of course, you have all known what is the main compound which is responsible for giving the blood color red. Okay, so with the humans and the vertebrates, the blood is red in color. It is mainly because of the respiratory pigment or the protein which is called as hemoglobin. Okay, similar way, there's blue, green, yellow, and purple color are the most common colors which you can see in the animals or different organisms. Okay, so how many of them would have seen? Like I feel like at least 30 to 40 percentage would have seen snails, and some of them would have had the snails as a dishes. Okay, because mostly in the village side they have snails as a food or maybe a side dish. So if you have seen snails, you have observed the snail have a blue color blood. So what is the reason for the snails to have a blue color? It is because of the respiratory pigment which is differ over there. Okay, so what is the respiratory pigment which is present is a hemocyanin. Okay, so that keep in that mind. And even the octopus also have the blue color blood. Okay, moving forward, what about the green color? The earthworm and the leeches have the green color. Okay, the main compound which is responsible over here is the chlorocrucin. Okay, so this is the compound which is responsible for giving the green color. Okay, then what about the yellow? Yellow is nothing but vanadium is a respiratory pigment which gives the yellow color for the beetles, sea cucumber, and all. Okay, now purple. If you have seen, I'm not sure that you are able to observe it. Almost like marine worms or brachiopods. Brachiopods example will be the oyster, where you get the pearls and all. That organism would have seen the blood color. If you had a chance, you would have observed it has a purple color or a pink color blood. Okay, so the compound which is responsible for this is the hemothrin. Okay, so now we have seen all the respiratory pigments which gives the different colors to the organisms. Okay, so what is the main role of the blood or maybe the respiratory pigment? Okay, so what is the main role of the blood? Blood is nothing but it acts as a transporting, okay, vehicle. It transports different minerals or oxygen to the different parts of the body or to the different organelles. Okay. So what is the respiratory pigment's role? So respiratory pigment, they are a one part of the protein. Yes. So this helps in the transport of the oxygen to the different organs or different parts of the body. Okay, so this is the preliminary function of a respiratory pigment. Okay, now what happens? Hemoglobin is a protein, whereas we require iron. Only when this hemoglobin and iron binds together, and if it's oxygenated, you get a bright red color. And if it's deoxygenated, what happens? You get a dark red. It is most commonly seen in humans and the vertebrates. Similarly, for the blue would have seen, yes, copper. Copper would have worked in all the salts and all in the chemistry lab. Yes, copper is mostly blue in color. So what is responsible for giving this blue color for the blood is a hemocyanin binds with the copper to give the blue color. If it's oxygenated, it will be blue in color. If it's deoxygenated, it will be colorless. Okay. Now, for the green, okay, green what happens? Other than hemocyanin, all other compounds, all other respiratory pigments or the blood group have the iron content except the vanillin also. Vanillin still now are not able to find out what is the metal which is responsible for going and binding with the vanillin. Still yet to be discovered. Okay, so what happens is chloroquine and iron binds together. If it's oxygenated, it will give you the green color. If it's deoxygenated, it will be light green. Same way in vanillin, it gives you yellow color when it's oxygenated. It will, if it's deoxygenated, it will be pale. Whereas in purple, the hemocyanin will goes and binds with the iron and gives you the purple color if it's oxygenated, and deoxygenated means it will be colorless. So these are the major or the main respiratory pigments which gives you the color for the blood for the different organisms. Okay, there are other very rare respiratory pigments also there. One is called as pinaglobin. Okay, just remember this name if you want to, or just for an just an extra information. Okay, pinaglobin is nothing but it will be brown color. Okay, brown color magnesium, it will be that color that you can see. This is mostly seen in the molasses and all, very rare species. Then vanadium you can see in some cases of sea squids. Okay, it will be green in color. Then molybdenum, okay, this is nothing but it also gives you the red color, but the hemoglobin will be absent, but even here the iron is the metal which gives you the bright or the maroon color over here. The next will be, okay, so this we have got all the ideas. And one more thing I missed is all the snails have blue color, but there is one snail which lacks the hemocyanin, that is the common ramshorn snail. Okay, that has a red blood because of the hemoglobin content and the iron metal which is present. So this is a small gist about what are the different colors and what are the different respiratory pigments which is responsible to give the color for the organisms. Okay, I hope this video has helped you to understand about the colors which is available, and I hope if you have liked this video, please support us by subscribing it. And if you have any doubts, please give it in the comments. I'll definitely reply to all your doubts. Okay, thank you, and hope to see you in the second part of this video. Thank you.